The following is a presentation of TFNN.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you, Tigers and Tigresses, growling and prowling out here with us. Market-wise, we have out here right now, you get the Dow off 101, Nasdaq's down 31, S&Ps are off 12, gold down 36 bucks.
Get
Silver smoked. Smoke them if you have them, baby. Silver down 79 cents. You got platinum off 21. Now, oil. It's a beautiful thing. Down $1.23. We're at 96.80. And bonds. Okay, the 144.27. We're going to go through this morning because I'm going to show you on the 10-year, folks. We're not only, my take is we're not only going there, you're going to go over there. The 10 years already blasted through everything it has. The 10 years going to 138. Apple's down $5. King dollar still only up 31 ticks, and the market's taking conniptions. We're at 80.03 right now. Euro's at 129, and Euro's on its way down to the swing point. If it breaks it, it's got 119.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's intense, man. I'm telling you.
Big time.
And it's on its way, folks. Okay, commodities out here this morning. You know, we've been a commodity market, and they're getting toasted and roasted in a big way too. So. Some big action.
Nice to see natural gas pulling back.
You got gas. Yeah, gas is back 2% at 228. So let's go bring up gas, because gas, no doubt, can be somewhere that you might want to get your head wrapped around. NGM2. So NGM2. Let's see what we have here. So, yeah, you had 30,000 contracts. I guess we'd want to come back more, but
for sure, absolutely.
There's no doubt.
No, absolutely,
there's no doubt. You know, if we go over to the gold market for a second, what you have here, folks, is this. So, you know, gold basically is not only going to go after this 1563 area. You're at 1603 right now. It's possible that you have 1794. Oh man, that's an intense one. 16, 13.
Well, so let's take a look at it. Is it you know, what's the volume you've got in there, because you're going against compared to that swing point that you were looking at?
We get volume.
You got volume.
We get volume.
So you get volume. Just the 1-to-1 takes you to 1,500. Right.
So you're at two. We have 126,000 contracts right now, and if you have 200,000 contracts, then the ABC structure down, and a 1-to-1 is 1,500.
Yeah, and likely more in gold. Gold usually does more than the 1-to-1.
Exactly.
A to B equals C down, you know, so, you know, then you're looking at 1450.
Yeah. It likes very large expansions on the way up and on the way down, folks. That's the way that it is set up out here. Now, if we go over to the bond market, check this out. And this is important in the context that this is where just money runs to, ASAP. Now, the number that we're looking at is 144.27. You launch that, and you get to 160.
Right.
Okay, which is just like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I mean, because, you know, folks,
what are rates?
That would bring rates down to 2.5%, the 30-year rate. 2.5%. And right now, we're just under 2. Under 3, rather. Okay, so check that out.
What would that do for housing?
You know, when we do something technically, folks, it's like, you know, you look at it and say, okay, man, that can happen. But it is still hard to comprehend that can happen. But you know what? One of our Tigers, okay, Mark's always watching the 10-year. And I start watching the 10-year.
Yeah.
Well, the 10-year, folks, is already saying, hey, you know what? We're going there.
Yeah.
The 10-year
already saying
2%. busted with conviction. So check this out. I get the 10-year up right now. You're at 132.29, right? Monster volume. When the 10-year busted, it busted topside with 1.2 million contracts. Yeah. So the 10-year is saying it's going to 138. We're at 132. And at 138, I'm not sure if that's his 1.50. If he's in the... If he is. Beautiful. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, the 10-year is the best indicator of interest rates as financial products are priced off that particular product. And he's a banker, so he knows, folks. Bottom line here is that that's saying, man, rates are going lower. That's telling me that the market's going lower and King Dollar's going high. King Dollar hasn't even moved, man, and the market's taking conniptions.
Well, they tried moving it down yesterday during the day.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Tried pushing it down.
Right. And they can't.
This morning I woke up and said, nah, that's okay. I don't like it down there.
No, listen.
I like those higher.
But you know what I'm saying? It's only up 36. When it goes to 89. Folks, when the King Dollar was to 89, let me tell you something. You better get your flak jackets. I'm not kidding, man. You know, because this is not a big move. Hey, you want to see something wild, folks? This is about as wild as you can get. And thank God, you know, I'm sure Greece is a great place to visit. But let me tell you something. You don't want to be trading in Greece. I'm going to show you something. Greece, this is pretty amazing. Greece is back to 1990 in their stock market. I'm going to put it up right now.
About that?
Let's see. I'm going to put it up right now. And what you're going to see, this is just amazing. I mean, you know, when I was going home last night, I heard that the market in Greece was down another 4%. Today it's down another 4%. So I brought it up this morning, and this is just an absolute mind blower. And if you want to see how timing the trade and price and volume work around the world, folks, well, this is a classic. They're all classics, but it's like, okay, so how does this work? Watch this. I'm going to put it up on a maximum, and I'm going to put the volumes underneath it, and it's a classic. You come off highs, you come off them with volume. We're at look at that number, 618.67. And when you bring it back to 1990. 641 was the original breakout in 1990, and it's under that now. And you can see when you come off those highs, look at that volume accelerate.
Right.
You know, when it was up at 4,300, volume is accelerated. Accelerates more at 2,900, and then you still had a shot to get out of it because it tested that area, it couldn't handle it. And still comes down, 75% since then, and that's in 2008.
Yeah.
My God, man.
Doesn't look like much more than a 38% retracement, though.
Yeah, that's right.
He gave you a shot to get out.
Gave you a shot to get out. And you know, that's
going back below those levels, though.
Oh yeah,
what it really looks like. You know, that's where you're at right now.
That indice only starts in 1980, so it only has 10 more years to go.
Yeah, it's headed back there.
To start at the beginning of its whole deal, folks.
Yeah.
You know, so hey,
a nice show yesterday on CNBC.
Yes, thank you.
Great segment. And is it up on the website? Can folks go take a look at that?
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll find out on the first if it's not up or not. I will find out in the first.
For those folks that didn't get a chance to see it, so it was they had a bull and a bear.
They had a bull and a bear.
I wonder which one do you think Tom might have been, folks?
Well, it's kind of weird that I'm the bear and gold, okay? But that's what I'm getting. I'm getting paid to save my clients money, not to basically get them in the market when it's going down.
Now, what's kind of cool is the work actually, that you put into before you go and do the segment,
right?
Which is why, because it came up quickly while we were doing the Money Master show,
right?
So you left her in the second segment, so that you had a little bit of time to go take a look at first the guy that. So walk me through the process,
okay?
Because you knew who it was that you were
right. So what happens, folks, is that they tell you, number one, when you're doing a bull and bear deal, they tell you who you're going up against, right? Well, I have a lot of different advantages. The biggest one is that, I was in this market before almost anyone was, okay? So I understand how organizations go in and go out of them, right?
Yeah.
Now, what I also have, though, is I have this information at my fingertips, okay?
Absolutely, yeah.
So what happened is that they were saying that this guy was actually a bull, and I looked at it, and I could look at his portfolio, okay?
Right.
And inside his portfolio, what it was is that...
Can you pull that up?
I can, and I will. Let me just go.
Yeah.
Okay, and inside his portfolio, it says that, it's a balanced portfolio. He has a great portfolio, but he's pushing a balance of everything. And the reality was inside it said, the description is that, he's into gold and silver, but that wasn't the fact. The fact is that he owns 24% financials, 14% consumers, right?
Yeah.
And so when I drilled down to it, he actually only owed 0.3% of any gold stocks.
Yeah.
I says, this is going to be interesting, man, because, the reality is it's not there. So even when he was talking, that's kind of how he was talking anyway, okay? So that was an insurance policy more than, going in and going out. Now...
And I thought you were pretty nice. I thought you were very nice about how you presented it.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. I mean, he wasn't,
Right.
Now, the thing that I had as the wild card, folks, is Paulson. Paulson, is the wild card in this whole deal. And Paulson has been, his funds have been in big trouble the last couple of years. And he's getting in more trouble. He doubled down on Nova Gold, okay? This is huge problems. And, he just doubled down on it in April, okay? So, April 4th, let me just see something for a second. So, we're in May. Here's April 4th. April 4th, where are we? So, April Somewhere around there. So April 4th was at 6:30. He doubled down again. He's in a losing position, okay? He's in a monster losing position in Barrick Gold, ABX, okay? Barrick Gold, you know, you talk about hammering, okay? You know, Barrick Gold has gone from 57 to 36, okay? He's in
the next swing point on it?
He's in a losing position.
Where's the next swing point on Barrick?
Yeah, ABX, okay? So ABX, let's see, I'll put this, it looks to me we're going to the bottoms of, we're going, folks, this is pretty sick, okay? I'm telling you, if you're in this market, make sure you get stops. We're going to the bottom of, we're going to go test the 08 lows.
It's going to be, what, $17
That's $17.
Yeah.
That's sick. There's something wrong, okay? So that's going down there. Now watch this. So those are his largest positions. So what happens in the market with large positions like that, number one. Now, I will get, we all will get, because when I get them, you'll get them. We will get the 13F filings next week.
Yes.
Okay? And if Paulson hasn't sold any of those positions, let me tell you something. There's going to be large operators that go after his portfolio like you wouldn't believe. Okay? Because they know that his position is a losing position beyond belief, and they'll hammer it. Now, this morning, if he owns 17 million shares of the GLD, and if he hasn't moved these GLD out, he's also in...
He's not having a good morning.
This position here.
He needs some TFNN bulletproof coffee right now.
It's heavy, man. I'm telling you.
It is.
Now, with the GLD, this is where he is in the GLD. The GLD, he's just about even. He's not in a losing position yet. Yeah. But this right here puts him even. Okay. That's the only position that he still had got in earlier.
Yeah.
You know, he's still in a position there.
It's intense.
Oh, man, let me tell you. It's pretty intense, man. And the key to wrap your head around, folks, is where the dollar's going. The dollar wants to go higher, and that's what a lot of that was about. You're saying, no, it's the gold price in dollars. That's all that matters. It's simple. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, your Tigers and Tigresses, you stay right there. We'll come right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume and the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com.
What you think about, you bring about. What you focus on grows. If you're committed to becoming an extraordinary trader and investor, then make mastery your outcome. Yes, my best student, Steve Rhodes, became my best teacher. But even more important is what he's taught me, and the time is now for you to take advantage of his knowledge.
Thanks, Tom. I've learned that it's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently. I want to teach you the consistency that exists in the stock, futures, forex, and commodity markets day in, day out. For one solid day, Friday, May 18th, I'm going to conduct an online master trader course that'll teach you how to buy and sell the D point. This one pattern alone, with the single best entry and exit techniques, when combined with my money management strategies, will create extraordinary rewards for you and your family. The course will be archived so you can review it as many times as you'd like, and it'll teach you to become a master. All the details are on the homepage at TFNN.com. Sign up today because mastery is one click away. It's your decisions, not your conditions, that determine your destiny.
Wow! Go get him, folks.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. We get the Dow right now down 108. NASDAQ off 33. S&Ps are off 13. We go over to Europe and we take a look at Europe. What we have happening is that you got the CAC Carol in France down 1.9%. The DAX is off 1. FTSE's off 0.7%. Spain's down 1.6. Now they're bailing the biggest bank out in Spain today.
Yeah.
You know. So the printing presses are going to be running over there. Bottom line, folks, you're going to see a lot more of that. And Greece, folks, you know, we should start taking. Oh, you know what we can do? I know what we can do. You know what? Actually, you know, this afternoon what we're doing is that we're bringing up the Great Panther Silver giveaway.
Oh,
we're going to do that again.
Okay, that's great.
So we get a bunch of silver coins we're going to give away. But you know what we're going to do? I'm going to talk to Tommy. We're going to make a pot of silver, and we'll take. We'll figure out when Greece is going out of the euro.
How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
And we'll do that. And we'll put. I'll talk to him. We'll put a bunch of silver in there because Greece is going out of the euro, folks. You know, and they're going to be smart. You know, remember I brought this up a long time ago. It's like all they're going to default on is the bankers.
Yeah. So they're just going to keep giving us money.
Yeah.
And then when they can't get any money,
right,
then they say, okay, no problem.
Then they go back to the drachma.
That's right.
And see, you know what's interesting? So there's an article in the paper today, right, that they're worried about this again, of course, and they're claiming that if they do that, Greece will be buried. Folks, Greece, that will be their salvation, okay? Because what happens immediately is that the aspect inside the country is that they just got rid of all their debt. Bingo. 1, 2, flush.
Yes.
Okay? So they can start all over again. So they get funny money and start all over again. Now, what would happen is this, is that going overseas, well, yeah, they're not going to be able to go overseas. They're going to have to stay within their borders because overseas they're broke. Okay? Because, you know, no one's going to accept the drachma. But bottom line is that that's the way to do it. And that's what it's going to come down to, too. You know?
Yeah.
Let's go to Chris in Colorado. Hey, Chris, what's going on?
Hey, Tommy. Hey, Steve. Good morning.
How you doing today?
All right. Hey, I'm sitting here drinking my yak coffee.
Oh, I had mine by Bulletproof Coffee this morning, man. Hey, and Nico gave me a text this morning. He said we should be getting. He says it's really good if you blend it. But I just put the butter in first. I haven't put what I'm putting less butter in now too. I just put one little piece of it in, and it's good.
Well, yeah, I've had to cut back on the amount of butter. It's pretty rich.
It is.
Anyway, hey, want to talk about the shippers today? I was looking at EXM. It looks like it came back real nice in that breakout area. I want to get your take on it.
Yeah, don't bite, man. Don't bite. This. We just started this downdraft, you know, and yeah, this is coming back great. But you know what? I don't buy a thing when you get, you know, this downdraft ain't even just getting cooking. You know, so that's saying that And EXM, folks, is a nice setup. But But let me tell you something, Ren. When things go down, everything goes down. Because then what you're going to get into, you're going to get into a liquidation event. People are over their head. They're always over their head in the market. And then all of a sudden, they're going to start selling things. And when they're going to start selling things, they'll sell everything. Just have some patience. This will probably come back all the way back to 147, 137. And it's coming back the right way. Don't get me. It's definitely coming back the right way, man. But I wouldn't be buying anything right now.
Hey, quick question for Steve.
Yes. Yes.
If I were looking at the lunar cycle correctly in the past, was it the new moon that was the buying opportunity, or was it the full moon?
Well, in the bear market, you would flip the tactics. So in a bear market, actually, you'd be buying the full moon and selling the new moon. Now, what you have taken place so far today is you're down below that full moon cycle, which would have been the lows from yesterday. Now, it depends what you're really looking at. Right now, to me, it would be more taking a look at the lows put in on the futures contract on Sunday evening. So I say that you're still, once that cycle gets below 1342.50, once you get it close below 1342.50 on the S&P futures contract, then that has absolutely failed.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Hey, thanks, guys.
You bet.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. And, there was a question in the den about what about Greece's exorbitant pensions they have? Do they get wiped out too? No, they don't get wiped out. What ends up happening...
Just pay them off.
You just pay them off in drachma.
Yeah.
See, folks, the currencies themselves, okay, you got to think of something for a second. All currencies, they're fiat currencies, okay, so they're funny currencies. What countries should never do is give up their right to print. That is like insane.
Yes.
And that's what they did over the European Union. And they've been in slavery forever anyway. I love Europe, but it always blew my mind. I mean, the elite have always run Europe.
Yeah.
They have. Yeah. You know what I mean? Here, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you tigers and tigresses. You stay right there. We'll come right back. We ended out down 121. Nasdaq off 37. S&P's up 14. We're going to be right back.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've always thought about trying out his newsletter, Market Insights. Well, now is the perfect time. For a limited time only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. If you decide to cancel within the 2-week trial period, pay absolutely nothing and keep Tom's book as a free gift from us. Tom sends out his daily newsletter each morning by 9:30 a.m. with trade recommendations, including price targets and price stops. As recently as March 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out a position for more than a 25% profit in just over 2 weeks. To get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights, along with your free copy of The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Supplies are limited for this one-of-a-kind special, so act today and don't let this opportunity pass you by. Offer only valid for new subscribers. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. I thought I was just seeing things, folks, but I guess I'm not seeing things. And if you want to see something that is absolutely insane, holy cow.
Yeah.
Now, folks,
we got two of them. You got Fossil and you got
let me tell you something.
Mako.
If you're in this market, you better protect yourself ASAP. The reason being, if you think it's a bull market, let me tell you something. Fossil is down $45. Last night, Fossil closed at, let's see, at $135, and it's trading $80 right now. Let me bring this back. I got to see this thing.
Yeah, no, it has been number 42 in the IBD 50. I'm thinking it might lose its IBD 50 status.
Okay, you want to see a classic? Okay, folks, this is they're all ultimate classics, okay? If you don't have my new book, Time in the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, do yourself a favor and just go get it. Because all you have to do out of this is get the volume. Look at this thing. This is sick.
Yeah.
So, first acceleration up, folks, okay? August of 2011. 51 million shares. Well, you know what? It did the counter trend bounce. You know what it had, folks? 19 million shares versus 51. Oh, really? See ya. Don't want to be ya. And you know where it's going, folks? High volume, low, and it's going to $69.
Yeah, it's probably going beyond that.
The problem is, it's going to get wiped out. The problem is, it's going to go there in one day.
Right.
That's a mind blower. That is an absolute mind blower, man. Oh, my God.
Well, Mako's the other one. Mako has done 100% move in a day.
M-A-K-O?
M-A-K-O. M-A-K-O.
Intense. Oh, yeah.
It's already down there. But look at the volume, so it's not done.
Yeah.
You know, it's
unbelievable.
That's toasted and roasted.
That's toasted and roasted. Now, what's interesting about this one, this is a harder one. This wouldn't have gave you what...
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you were taking a look, and what was interesting is I was having trouble with my system this morning. Apparently, I'd looked at Mako before today. And when I was taking a look at Mako, it was making an A-B
Oh, there it is.
Pattern,
no, I see it. I see it. Okay. Right.
So it makes an A, B, C, D, F, and then what it did was as it completed the 1-1. I mean, perfect. 45.06 was the price projection. It gets to $45.
Right, and then it did
even.
Yeah, and then it did test with 24 million versus 30. But yeah, interesting, man. Holy cow. And what you have now, folks, is you get an acceleration on the way down.
Yeah, and what's important is, so I've got the 30-minute ES Mini up, okay? And the 30-minute, one of the great patterns out there is a 3-drive to a bottom, or a 3-drive to a top.
Right.
And it's really great to understand when you also have, you can learn as much from a failure. In fact, you learn more from failures than you do from success. Okay?
Big time.
Now, when you have these patterns, this one is really a beautiful one on the 30-minute chart because you have a 2.618 expansion between two sets of swing points, or all the way from basically the swing point here from about 11 o'clock, or let's see, 2200 would be 10 o'clock at night, all the way down to when we were coming on at 10:30.
Right.
Now you've got a 1.618 expansion off of its most recent swing point. And what you're looking for, what you're really looking for when you're taking a look at these patterns, you're looking for them to come in with other contractions, other retracements. And the actual, if you go from the low that was put in Sunday night up to the high that it bounced up to at 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, you can see that this 3 drive to a bottom was coming right in at the 0.618 area.
Right.
Failed. That should have held. When that fails, that tells you that you've got significantly lower prices coming. So the bottom of where the ES Mini was trading at 6:30 in the evening on Sunday is absolutely going to be tested. And it looks like sooner than sooner.
No doubt. And what you have now, too, by the way, folks, what you have is you get, in a matter of 5 days, basically, we've been in this consolidation for a while, but 5 days, 30 hours,
right.
You have taken back all the way to, January 30th, February 8th. February 8th. And that's a heavy scene, because that's where when people are just placated the market, saying, no, market's going to continue to go up. Well, you know what? We're in a markdown phase right now, folks, and markdown is vicious, okay? Market does 4 things. Just go look at Greece. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. Really is. So talk to me. You got the Master Trader one day,
which is going to be
worldwide
May 18th.
May 18th.
Yeah, May 18th.
That's Facebook Day.
It is.
That's Facebook Day.
Well, it is. You want to talk about days? It's Facebook Day. It's a 2 planetary index day.
Okay.
Which happens like.
Oh, that'd probably be the low of the market then. That's pretty cool.
It's going to be the low or the high. Right now, it looks like it's going to be the low.
It's Jeff's birthday from New York.
Okay. You gotta
G7. It's his birthday.
Okay,
that's a beautiful thing.
Exactly. It's a new moon.
Yeah.
Okay. It's also a lot of activity going on, and what we're going to be doing. So it's going to be a great day. Actually, be doing a live workshop.
That's huge.
Where we're going to be doing is one of the elements that we're going to be working on is buying and selling the D point.
Okay.
And for folks that are that either have been trading or are new to trading, as I went around and did the live master, the 2-day course, the one thing where the light bulb went off the most, and that's really what I was paying attention to. There were 2 areas. One was certainly the money management piece of it, so how you put the whole trade together.
Right.
And so when you're getting in, and what's really nice in putting together a puzzle, and that's what this market is a little bit of a puzzle, is when you can get 3 of the 4 pieces, it makes it a lot easier to focus on what it is you need to focus on. And that's really the D point on an AB equals CD.
Right.
So I'm going to teach people how to buy and sell that. It's not just a matter of, because what you can do is it projects out. It's either going to be a 1-to-1 move. That happens 60% of the time. The other 40% of the time, you're looking at a 1.272, 1.6, or something else.
Sure.
And what I teach people is you can be patient. Let the market tell you what it's going to do. You don't have to sit there and guess, but let the market tell you what it's going to do so that you put the probability on your side, and then you step right in and you put the money management strategy.
Right.
And that's putting together the whole trade.
And when he's saying let the market tell you, he's still using a leading indicator. So
Absolutely.
There's a big difference, because when I hear that, I'm always like, no, the market already moved. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't want to. I'm just explaining.
Absolutely.
That term is used many times. The market's like, well, yeah, great, we're up 500 points, and now you're going to go long. We're not talking that. What Steve's talking about, folks, is that he's using a leading indicator, so you know where the end of the pattern is.
Yeah.
Then what he's saying is that, now let that pattern turn.
That's right.
Okay,
That's right.
So then you got bang. Now we get action, man.
Right.
Action. Action. Oh, baby. We got action out here. There's no doubt. I'm telling you, folks, we got a trader's market out here again. No doubt.
Well, let me tell you, on that 30-minute, that failure of that 3 drive, as nicely set up as this was, and coming back to a 0.786 retracement.
Right.
It's also one of the other patterns that we'll talk about during the workshop. Because these things they're so difficult. You don't have to force anything.
Right.
And they're so difficult for a market to make it. When it is making it, it's great harmony.
Huge. No, it's huge.
And the beauty is, because what I'm using is a leading indicator to tell you whether or not it's going to fail or it's going to succeed.
Right.
Very, very helpful.
Isn't it?
Very helpful.
Because,
absolutely.
Folks, what happens if you're not watching Tiger TV, I'm going to visualize it as you're going, you're having breakfast in your car and you're going to work. What happens is that the pattern itself, okay, you can draw out, and you know that, okay, this is where it's going to go. So what happens, which is really cool, is that you can understand, well, even in your own head, you're going to go through all these different ramifications as to what happens there, which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Okay, if it does this, I do this. If it does this, I do this. If it does this, I do this.
Yeah.
And there's only a few things you can do.
Well, look, the thing when it comes to trading, you know, we saw this as we did our Go Long America tour.
Right.
Was that most folks, even so, if you put together the pattern in advance, you already know what price range you're looking at to be able to buy or sell. And the thing is, what we found out is when the price actually gets there, and what people often say is, well, shoot. They don't really say shoot, but they say, now what do I do? So you had already planned it out ahead of time, and that's why you really need to be able to understand that other piece of what are the other elements that tell you, okay, it's time to pull the trigger.
That's right. That's exactly. Exactly. Which
you know,
is so
so
cool.
Just take the guesswork. That doesn't mean that it's going to work 100% of the time. It doesn't have to work 100% of the time.
No, it means
that's why you got to have that money management piece of it.
And it means you have a dynamic system, though.
That's right.
That's the name of it. And what happens there, folks, is this: is that it's just you turn into kind of like a robot, and it's just over and over. And it's really cool because what ends up happening is it's not a big deal. It's like, okay, it goes or it doesn't go.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. Because sometimes it won't give you the information.
Right.
You know, it's like going fishing and
Right.
Okay. You know, the fishing hole wasn't there.
That's right. That happens to me a lot. My wife, you gotta picture this, folks. I always have the fishing pole on the top of my dock or everything else. And she says, come on, we're going to catch any fish, man.
Hey, you're out there for the camaraderie, just to be out in the nature, you know?
It doesn't matter. It's wicked. It's wicked, man.
She didn't think you're pulling out like a big, tuna. Out of there for dinner,
I gotta get her out there a couple tuna. Last time, we went down Isla Morada.
Yeah.
And we didn't get any in the boat, but there was only 3 of us, and we had 6 sailfish on at once.
Yeah. Oh,
they were dancing on the water.
That'd be pretty.
Oh, it was insane. It was absolutely insane. Let's get to Ken in Iowa. Hey, Ken, what's going on?
Good morning, you two. Sounds like you're having way too much fun.
We are, no doubt.
We do enjoy
I'd like to have you take a look at SLW. I don't own it. I'm wondering what you think about entry.
SLW. So let's take a look. You got, this is the Silver Wheaton Corporation. They purchase, they're basically picture the Silver Wheaton, folks, is a very large silver broker. Plus, what they do is that they buy long-term contracts off production companies, and they basically finance them. Okay, so their business plan is a great business plan. What you have out here this morning, now Silver Wheaton's already gone from $40 to $26. I'm going to put this on a 5-year and show you what's happening here, because Silver Wheaton very well may be. It's not down there yet. Okay, so we're 26.51. It's going to break that, which is problematic. I wouldn't be touching it. It looks like
it gets to the the $20 area.
Yeah, $20, $21 is game here, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, this is where this is going to get interesting, folks, okay? Because in the metal space right now, okay, you're going to see divergence that is over the top. Like I'm doing the, on Monday at the Gold Show in New York, I'm opening it up. And what I'm going to be talking about is I'm talking about currency moves versus gold. And unfortunately, I've been doing this for a long time up there, and people just don't sell, which blows my mind. But anyway, the bottom line is that there are going to be buys that are going to be extraordinary inside the metals market. And they're not going to be across the board. This will be one of them, though, Ken. This is one of them.
It's right now, the way that's pulling back, the volume's not exploding out of it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
and I know their business plan. And, this is an equity that will trade back to 47, and it's going to be vicious. But this thing will go down to 21, and you do want to own it. And their business plan is going to be right. See, what's going to happen, it looks to me like what's going to happen here, folks, is this. We're at 1,600, okay? 1530's game. If it breaks that, then you get 1450, you get 1,200, okay? Bottom line, fundamentally, is that it's costing companies $1,100 to get gold out of the ground now. Okay, so that's the floor. The closer there that gets to that floor, the more companies are going to go out of business. Okay, and on a longer term basis, okay, this was going to be a monster consolidation, and there's going to be a lot of money made in the gold equities. That's where, in the silver equities too, because there's a huge consolidation, and they're probably. But if you're gonna do that, you gotta know how to spell SELL. Okay? And if you do, great. Buying this coming down here is gonna be a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, I'm gonna see a lot of heartache when I go up to the gold show because unfortunately many of these folks have never sold in 10 years and they're probably broke right now, so. But that's gonna be a good one, man, because they have the right business plan.
You guys have a good one.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. It's amazing that there's been so many times, if this was a regular, think about it, if this was technology or something, these gold stocks are down almost 50%. Yeah, some of them are down more than 50%. Yeah. I mean, that's insane.
Especially while gold has held its price.
Yeah, exactly. And so your correlation, so think about the correlation for a second. The biggest correlations that we get is that, number one, gold's in dollars.
Yes.
So you got to figure out what their currency is in. The price of oil.
That was really the point that you were also making on CNBC yesterday.
Oh, big time.
Was, hey, folks.
Yeah, it's a dollar gold period.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
So picture how this works. If you want to see how crazy this is, okay, India is one of the biggest importers of gold in the world, folks, okay? Well, you know what? They have to get dollars to import gold. That says it all.
Well, I thought both that point and and probably the other element that was overlooked. I have a lot of times I'll just have CNBC in the background.
Right.
It's kind of like music.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll put on music.
Right.
Sometimes I just kind of have that on, or hockey. It's one of those three.
Right.
And I thought really the point that you were making, so you've made it on the show several times, is the dollar-denominated bonds that are out there. To me, that's the thing that really people that you've picked up on that I just haven't heard that much out there in the press, and how important that is just to the overall aspect of what's going on around the world, the amount of money that people need, the debt that they need to get, but it's got to be now.
And where the demand is. Yeah. It's all about supply and demand. It's about volume. Well, you know what? The price and volume is going into the bonds, the U.S., the dollar, because even in Asia, they're pushing out dollar bonds.
Which is,
Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you tigers and tigresses, you stay right there. We're going to be coming right back. We get the Dow. Dow 166, NASDAQ off 50, S&Ps are off 18. We're going to be right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Kate Stalter on the Small Cap Roundup, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Let's take a look at some of the high-volume stocks out here. And the NASDAQ does have high volume. The S&P's, that's about the same.
S&P's and diamonds, you know, so-so.
All right.
And, yeah.
You get, let's see, we get a lot of red out here, though. Fossil is just getting absolutely smoked. That's down $46. Electronic Arts is off $1. You have Intel down 58. You had GE off 24. Chesapeake Energy is off 34. You have Freeport McMoran down $1.46.
You know, what folks can take a look at it, they take a look at the Qs because that had been the strongest on the way up.
Yes.
The NDX 100. We know obviously got Apple, Priceline, number of stocks in there. But right now the Qs are into that March 6 swing point. And what folks should understand, that March 6 swing point only has 54 million shares in it. And so far, you've only been trading for an hour and 25 minutes, but you're already at 20 million shares.
Right.
So, and it's already into the top of that swing point, and it's not a very large, you talk about price spread, you're only talking 68.23 to 63.72.
Yeah.
You know, you're inside there right now, and it's going to have the, as you say, it's going to have the juice.
55, $56. Here come the Qs.
And, you know, you can also take a look at the, I guess you could say the B point that really is going after is April 24th. That's 49 million shares, so even less volume.
Right.
You know, that it's going to take out.
And all that has to happen, which hasn't happened yet, folks, is that Apple hasn't fallen apart yet. It's only down $8. You know, it's
how's the volume in Apple today?
It's not that bad, really. You know, I mean, but you know what? To me, Apple's done. You know, so we'll see. It's going to teeter here at that 555 area. We're at 560. And if it doesn't go hit it today, all it's doing is building cars. Because what you have there is that, you know, it's 5.5 million. You're at 38 million. So it'll do 25 million today. You know, and if it once it takes that on, baby, watch out because 504 is in our heartbeat. You know.
Yeah.
Let's go to Gary in Boston. Hey, Gary, what's going on?
How you doing, guys? Thanks for taking my call. So look at the Russell 2000. It just seemed like at this level, like support here. I just wanted should I be looking for this to bounce here?
No.
Look at the chart. It looks like the last
I don't see any support. Where do you see support in the Russell 2000?
I'm sorry?
Where do you see support on the Russell 2000? We're at 782. It blew away the 785. It blew away the 783. Those are the last swing points. The next place down is 752.
So it's going down then, you think?
Yes. It is going down. I don't even have to think about it. I mean, because the market's open right now.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like it hasn't been able to really break through this. It keeps bouncing off this level over the last.
Well, and I understand what you're saying, but it's gone. It already blew through that level. That's my point.
Okay.
Well, it did. I mean, I'm not. That level's gone. That's just like you just walk down the stairs and you're on a different floor.
Okay.
And just so you understand something, we were only down there twice, and then you built up some cars. But once you're below that level, you're done. You can see what you have here is that you don't have any support whatsoever. And support, what he's talking about, folks, is just that it's traded there a few times. Okay. The next place down is December 5th. Cooking, man.
Thanks.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. And the Russell does have volume, folks. So, just so you can understand on a fundamental basis, when commodities are getting smoked, Russell 2000 is filled with commodity equities.
Yeah,
okay, and commodities. In fact, they just put up the CRB. Forget it, man. I mean, you're talking about it's Santa Claus red. Big time.
Now, when you're talking about the Russell 2000, you mentioned December 5th. Really, October 27th. Is going to be its next key area for it to really...
big time. Yeah, October 27th is the name of the game.
Big
Steve
day.
Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We're going to Santa Fe, New Mexico. We have our Tigers, Kate Stalter, coming up. Then Chicago, Illinois, Victor Jones. California, Ken Shreve, and back here, 4 to 6.
Have a great day, folks.